Welcome to our DeskManager Online tutorial on adding vehicles to your inventory. Whether you're at your desk or on the go, we've got you covered. In this video tutorial, we'll cover the processes of adding vehicles to your inventory, whether from your desk or on the go, running vehicle valuations and history reports, adding photos and other documents, and managing vehicle costs. Adding vehicles to inventory. From the dashboard, it's as simple as clicking on Add Vehicle under the Inventory section. You can also add vehicles from the inventory list by clicking Add Vehicle in the top left corner. You can also add vehicles from anywhere in the system by clicking the Inventory menu on the sidebar and then clicking Add Vehicle. Now, simply enter the VIN, mileage, and vehicle type. Add the date in, and if needed, select a status and substatus. Once done, click Continue to add the vehicle to your inventory. You're now on the Vehicle Details tab, with an overview of vehicle information decoded from the VIN. Manual data entry is not required as the VIN can do the job, however you can edit details as needed. Adding vehicles with AutoManager.Mobile. Now let's explore adding vehicles with AutoManager.Mobile. If you're subscribed to WebManager, you can seamlessly add vehicles to DeskManager Online from anywhere. You can add to your inventory even on the go. If you haven't already, download the AutoManager mobile app from your device's App Store. Available for both Android and iPhone. Log in using your WebManager or DeskManager Online credentials. Use the app to insert the VIN manually, scan it with your phone, and even take photos of the vehicle. Once added in WebManager, your vehicle will automatically appear on your inventory list in WebManager, as well as DeskManager Online. Running vehicle valuations. We'll now walk you through the process of running vehicle valuations. To get started, navigate to the Details page of the vehicle you'd like to appraise. From here, click on the Values tab. If a provider is set to run an automatic valuation, the report will appear under the Providers section below. If automatic valuation is not set, no worries, you can manually run a valuation report. Simply click Get Valuation next to the appropriate provider. In the Book Values section, you'll find the retail, trade, and wholesale values from your default valuation provider. If you use both Kelley Blue Book and J.D. Power, you can choose which provider's values to display. Just click Use these book values beside your preferred provider. Want a physical copy? To print a book sheet from either provider, click Print Book Sheet in that provider's section. With Kelley Blue Book, you can print a window sticker with the vehicle's KBB valuation. Just click Print Window Sticker. Running vehicle history reports. Next, we'll show you how to access crucial vehicle history information. To begin, let's run a vehicle history report. First, click on a Vehicle's Value tab. At the bottom of this tab, you'll find a drop-down for your history report providers. These must be marked Show and List in their respective setup menus. Choose your preferred provider. Let's start with NIM Vitis. Open its collapsible menu. Your default settings for format, language, and report type are here, but you can customize them before ordering the report. Make sure it's tailored to your needs. When you're ready, click Order Report. Your payment comes straight from your ePay balance. Now let's move on to Carfax. Open its collapsible menu. The default report type is selected, but you can change it to suit your needs. If there's no existing report for this vehicle, simply click Run Carfax Report. Finally, we have AutoCheck. Click Run AutoCheck Report. If you encounter any issues, review the dealer code you supplied in the AutoCheck Setup menu. Please ensure everything is correct. Photos and documents. Now we'll show you how to add photos and documents. You have options. You can drag your photos right into the photo window. Or, if you have a folder filled with photos for this vehicle, drag the folder instead. If you prefer, click the Browse button to navigate to your vehicle photos and upload them. Need to change the order of your photos? No problem. Click on the green cursor icon and drag the photo to its new position. Remember, if you use WebManager, your inventory is seamlessly linked. Any photos you add here will appear in WebManager and vice versa. Now let's explore adding documents. Simply click and drag your documents or folders into the Attachments window. Like adding photos, you can also use the Browse button to navigate to your documents and upload them. Your administrator can control access to the Attachments tab. If you can't access it, ask your administrator for permission. Vehicle costs. And for our last topic, we'll explore the key aspects of managing your dealership's expenses efficiently. Profit, commissions, and even the asking price of vehicles are all determined by the costs accrued. That's why tracking vehicle costs is crucial for running a successful dealership. Thankfully, adding costs in DeskManager Online is simple and straightforward. Plus, if your DeskManager is interfaced with QuickBooks, you can streamline your financial management and avoid the errors and time spent on double entry. Let's start by adding purchase costs. The Purchase Info tab is where you can input all the details. Begin by entering the cost, followed by the purchase date. Specify the purchase method, such as consignor or flooring, and relevant additional fields will appear. Record the mileage at the time of purchase and select the odometer status. In the Purchase From field, choose a vendor from the list. If the vendor is not listed, you can click Add New to add them now. If you already have the vendor in your system, you can start typing their name and the system should present that vendor to you. Click on the vendor name to apply it as the entity you've purchased from. Specify the type of purchase under Purchase Channel. For example, from an auction or an individual. Include a purchase reference number, like a check number if applicable. Enter the buyer's name and add any custom notes about the purchase. If there is a pack, it will be included here. Now, let's explore adding other costs by clicking the Costs button at the top of the vehicle. This expense list includes all expenses, including those from the Purchase Info tab. In the example on screen, we can also see two default costs. To add an expense, click New Cost in the top left. In the Vehicle Expense Details, start by entering the amount. Choose an expense category from the list. Specify the date of the expense. In the Paid To field, you can type in a vendor name for one-time use or add an existing vendor. Select the payment method and enter a due date if applicable. The due date will sync with QuickBooks if you're using our integration. Invoice numbers and reference numbers can also be added if needed. Feel free to add any notes regarding this expense. The Add to Vehicle Cost checkbox, marked by default, adds the expense to the vehicle's total cost. Unmarking it applies the expense to the dealership as a whole, not just this vehicle. Lastly, if you want to send this expense to QuickBooks, mark the Send to QuickBooks checkbox. When you're done, click Save to return to the Vehicle Expenses list. To edit an expense, click on the expense you want to update. To delete an expense, click the trash can icon located to the right of the expense. The Accounting History option shows all expenses marked to be sent to QuickBooks. On the right, you can see if the expense was sent or if it is waiting to be sent. This concludes our tutorial on adding vehicles in DeskManager Online. Efficient inventory management is key to your dealership's success. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or issues, please reach out to our technical support team.